But it's a mindset that makes me uncomfortable. Like, people are like, we need to get rid of the filibuster. We need to get rid of the electoral college. We need a presidential popular vote. We need we need to get money out of politics. We need to do, and it's like this whole thing that would be like completely revamping the political landscape. They want to basically destroy the current system, rebuild a new system. And it's like, cool. Now let's talk about feasible things. Like, how about just go out and vote?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Congress is getting a facelift. Got a couple of new candidates that are coming in, and they're all Gen Z, young, progressive people willing to change the game in Congress. Don't know if you guys heard about it or read about it, or if you even know.
Isn't one of them Republican?
One of them's a Republican, and one of them's
I don't know that he counts as a progressive.
She's trying to bring she wants to make the young people conservatives, the exact opposite of progressive. But
I mean, progressive for them, I guess, right? Like maybe for.
They wouldn't call themselves.
They're not calling
the
themselves
full job
that.
of a conservative is from stopping everything from happening. They want to keep things as they are. Grind government to a halt.
Yin and yang, you know how it is. Can't have the good without the bad.
Yeah, you want people. There's people that want to move forward all the time. There's people that don't want to move all the time. A little balance. It's good.
And her name is Caroline Levitt. Levitt. A Republican from New Hampshire.
You said Caroline Levitt?
Levitt.
I think it's Levitt.
Levitt or Levitt?
I don't know. Sounds like a Jewish name. I know a couple Levitts. Don't know a lot of Levitts, Levetts.
It could be a Spanish name. Maybe it's Spanish for the vet.
The vet.
Levitt. That's like French.
Oui. And we also got Maxwell Frost, a Democrat from Florida. Big ups to the Floridian.
Maxwell Alejandro Frost.
Thank you, E.T. Thank you.
I thought we didn't drop middle names on this podcast.
Nope, we dropping them.
E.T. phone home.
And then the other guy's Ray Reid. But we're not trying to get into the individual candidates too much.
We basically want to just get into, like, is this a good change? Is it the younger crowd getting into Congress? Is that something that we should be excited about?
That's incredible. That's probably the best shit that I've heard this month, probably this entire year, because the way things are headed in Congress, bro, we need to inject some new blood in there. We need to get this old blood out. We need to put some new blood in. We need to put some people who haven't been bought out yet. You know what I mean? Maybe the big clean air could buy them out, and they'll be really, oh yeah, we need clean air. We need clean water, and maybe they'll serve the people better. You know what I mean?
So I'm going to give some statistics real quick so I can switch tabs, because this tab is really bright and it's dark as hell at my apartment.
It's like fucking the Shining Tunnel.
But
don't run towards it, Mateo.
Apparently, the average age for Congress members is 60 years old. 59, and the median is 60 years old. Yeah, 65% or something like that of congressional members are 60 plus, which is nuts. Just absolutely crazy to me.
Oh my God, it's like
and I can see again.
It's like the old people who never want to leave, and they're like, yo, you should obviously retire. And they're like, no, one more year. And they're like, no, retire. And they're like, one more year.
So you gotta love a good Papa Joe Biden. He's like, I'm doing one term and I'm peacing out.
It's full of shit. Like, he's gonna run again.
These dinosaurs. I don't think he's running again.
I think he's gonna run again.
You think? Man, I think he should run again, because I think he'll beat Trump again, most likely. But I don't want him to be president.
My man, once he showed off his cycling skills, that was a loss for me. I can't vote for a guy with cycling skills like that.
The
Guy
man-
can't even dismount his bicycle.
The man is 78 years old. I am just surprised he got on a bicycle.
Yeah, for sure.
This man wants to hate on me.
There are 78-year-old people that they're not even trusted in the bathtub by themselves.
Listen, if it was me, I would have put on him on an e-bike, and he probably would have never fallen off of it. Okay,
Probably would have died. The thing was moving too fast.
you can put it on eco mode. It's just gonna give you a nice little pedal assist, and he wouldn't have been exhausted to the point where he forgot to take his foot out of the fucking pedal shit.
That man was born in a time when they still weren't completely done with using horses as transportation. That e-bike is gonna break his boomer brain, and he was just gonna go straight into a wall.
Better into the crowd than fucking on the floor, the cement.
He was born in a time where the Model T Ford was probably the most popular car in America.
Yo, he was born in a time where they were like, "Nya, see, nya."
Yeah, boys is acting crazy against our president.
Yeah. Who rides a bike with them hooks? I don't think you should have them hooks.
Those were the most peculiar the pedals that I've ever seen. It
Them
was
scoops.
only foot inserts. That's it. That was the pedal, was the foot insert. Usually you have the pedal with the foot hooks on the pedal. And this shit was just a hook that you put your foot into, and it was the pedal. Somebody fucked up there.
The
Someone
idea of
procured him the
hooking
wrong bike.
the idea of hooking your feet into a bike where like it makes it physically harder to get off the bike, that seems like such a bad idea to me. I know that that's like what the hardcore dudes do and they say it's safer and whatnot, but me as a person that doesn't ride my bike like that to that level, it seems way riskier for me to have my feet just stuck.
Wait until you see the people in New York that don't have any brakes.
Yeah, the fixies. Yeah.
They have no brakes.
I mean, maybe
I think
some
you
of them
shouldn't
don't need
clip
it.
in until you could like comfortably clip out. Because I mean, what are you gonna do? You're gonna struggle when you're stopping, and then blam, you're gonna look like Papa Joe Biden.
I've seen people do that. I've seen people unclip one, but they haven't unclipped the other one, and they're at the light like doing this.
Looking like Papa Joe Biden. Don't do it. Yo, don't clip in if you can't clip out.
You really should practice this clipping in and clipping out if you are gonna wear. It helps with, especially with bikes with no motor. It helps you push more. You could also
motor.
Wait. We're getting a Doey's bike minute, and we're supposed to be talking about the age of these congressmen.
Before we
Big
get
facts.
into the age, I do want to say, anybody here who's used an exercise bike knows how unwieldy them like little scoops that your foot go into on a bike. They suck. They really suck. So I understand why Papa Joe Biden fell off his bike. I don't fault him.
So,
How do you guys feel about Papa Joe Biden?
I don't even
I've
like
heard you
that
say it a few
name.
times. I was just
think
not
it's
going to
funny.
acknowledge it.
I don't like that name.
I think it's
I
hilarious.
like it a lot.
It's old man.
So, Mateo,
You don't like it? You
no
made such a
Papa,
face of disgust.
Papa Biden?
Papa Joe Biden.
Oh, Papa Joe Biden. No, I don't like that shit. It just sounds mad petty pedophilia type shit. Like, oh, come to Papa Joe, sit on Papa Biden's
Is that how you feel about Papa John's? I feel like I would eat a Papa Joe Biden's pizza joint over a Papa John's pizza joint.
Nah, that shit's mad cheese.
The Papa Joe Biden, dude, that's Pizzagate, baby. You don't want to go over
shit.
there. That's
Oh,
where
we're
they were
opening that
snatching them
hole,
kids. No. All right. Let's talk about these.
Imagine
these
the
youngins.
Pizzagate had a pizza store. Its own pizza logic.
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
He lost me.
Carry on.
Anyways,
Tony.
yo, so yeah, no, I think it's good. I think it's about time that we get more younger crowds. Hopefully, this leads to somewhere along the line in the next 4 years after this that we get 2, 3, 4 more candidates that are young and ready to change the game. It's almost like that thing. I think Doughboy said it before. You know, like the reason why marijuana is not legal across the whole country because you still got those old ass people who still think that weed is a gateway drug and it's a thing and this, that, and everybody's dying. So you start getting rid of all these people, and you get more people who understand what's really going on. A lot of changes will happen. I think it's just going to take time. Within these 4 years, nothing's really going to happen. I think in the next 4 to 8 years, we'll see that change.
No, I mean, it'll be exciting getting younger blood in there. I mean, that's part of what I think is going to hopefully get our political system back in some kind of like shape, I think, because I don't know, things feel very hopeless right now, right? There's a lot of darkness out there.
That's the way I feel.
But I don't know. Hopefully, some of these younger congressmen, they introduce some like other changes, because I don't know. I think it's weird that you can be a politician. I think it's weird that you can be a congressman and that is like your profession. Like that, like that's just, you will do that until you retire, basically. Because like, sure, like you have to like still primary, you still have to win the election, all that stuff, right? But typically, if you win an election, you're going to win your next election. You're going to win your next election. Like, unless there's some big political fallout or something, typically that is your seat now, right? That's your district or whatever.
Especially if you're in good with the party, because
Yep.
they're going to back you too, right?
And yeah, it seems weird. It seems weird to me that we expect these people that are in power and they already are making decisions and they have lobbyists chasing after them and they have all kinds of shit like that happening. We expect these people to actually make decisions for the people. I don't know what needs to change. I have no idea. I've heard the people talk about like term limits. I've heard people talk about reducing their pay, increasing their pay, getting rid of lobbyists. I do think getting rid of lobbyists is probably like one of the first things that should happen.
I used to feel that way. I don't want to get all caught up in the whole lobbyist thing. But from what I've seen, the people vote for these people. Then the lobbyists come in. They try to get them to sway to certain points of view. I don't think it's very common that you see like any like bills and things like that passed that are like unpopular with like those constituents of that particular person. Nationally, then that's another problem we have. We view things on a federal level so much where like something happens in one state and as a country where we hate it, but it's like sometimes that state likes it. So it's like that person that did that thing, they're probably still popular with the people that voted them in, and they're probably going to get voted in again. Yeah, I don't know. Lobbying makes me uncomfortable, but it makes sense. Like, if you got to make a new law about like liquor, right? Let's just say, because
God forbid.
Who knows best about liquor other than the liquor people?
The
So,
scientists, the research,
Well,
the think tanks.
sorry.
Like,
Well, no. Like,
because
for
like
sure.
I mean, it's like tobacco, right? Like how
I'm thinking like taxes and things like that. I'm not talking about like the effects of those things.
Okay, because I was going to say like
you're trying to put policies on a product. It's like, who do you like? Where do you learn about this? Like these people just don't know the answer. So they need to have conversations. They need to see, if we do this thing, what are these people are saying about this thing? And then they got to hedge their bets. They got to go, okay, but this is in their benefit. So I need to kind of, pull back a little bit on how this benefit. And they just got to make a decision. But it's like, how do you know what tax to set on a thing and how that's going to affect the industry and all this stuff? It's like, you got to talk to those people. So that's why the lobbyist door is open. The money aspect of it is the part that makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, them creating PACs and donating to
Right.
Yeah, that's definitely some gross shit right there.
So let me ask you a question then. Do you think when they vote for Congress, right? Us the people vote for whoever we want.
Mm-hmm.
The seats, I know off air Pucha was saying like we vote for the seats or whatever. So how many for each side, right? Because I'm not super into politics and shit, but how many Democrats and Republicans are on each side that have a seat? Like, what's the number?
Well, it's broken down by what is it, districts, regions, whatever the fucking correct terminology is there. So there's not like a set amount. It's not like the Republicans, you get this amount, Democrats, you get this amount. There's just these districts that are open, and then they primary against each other. And there's usually a Democratic candidate and a Republican candidate, and usually some weirdo third-party candidates in there as well, somewhere in the various Tea Party offshoots and libertarians and all the various other nonsense. But usually it comes down to like, there's two parties. And the primary, and that determines who's going to run against each other. Like all the Democratic people, all the Republican candidates, they'll all compete against each other to try to win their primary for their political party. Then the winner will go on to the general election.
Yeah.
Hey, so, and to your question, I don't know how many seats in Congress. I can add this up real quick and make a number. Right now, there's 224 Democrats, 212 Republicans, and I think Puerto Rico gets like a seat on Congress or something. Puerto Rico gets something. There's a weird.
Do they? I thought they had no representation, but like politics.
Or they get a delegate or something. There's something weird. Puerto Rico has something in Congress. And then there's 100 senators.
You just did that completely backwards.
What?
He
unmuted, coughed into the mic, and then remuted. It's like, what the fuck?
This man has a disability, bro. I don't know what's up with this.
Yeah. And then in the Senate, which when people talk Congress, they typically talk about the House of Representatives. I don't know. I don't even know the words. But.
That fucking face you make to me is killing me.
I was like, oh shit. I saw these lines go all the way across. I said, oh.
That shit was in the rud, bro. Yeah, right now, people would say that we're split 50-50 in the Senate, but we got 50 Republican senators, 48 Democratic senators, and 2 independents. One of them being Bernie Sanders.
Wait, is Bernie Sanders an independent? I thought he was still Democratic Party.
I know that there's his Senate seat. He's an independent. He ran for the Democratic Party as a presidential candidate. But yeah, I'm kind of torn on the whole new blood thing. I think it's good to get these old dinosaurs out of there, but like I'm a little uncomfortable because I'm not down with the whole socialist communist thing, and I feel like so many young people are like such in that camp that's like it's. I feel like it's gonna kind of split, and those people are gonna obviously align with the Democratic Party because it aligns more with helping the people and all that type of stuff when it comes to like social welfare and education, healthcare reform, all those types of things. So I don't know. I feel like it's gonna create a schism, maybe not the same, but maybe similar to like how the Tea Party was, and then the Republican Party. They were kind of fucked for a little while.
No, I definitely get that, right? Like the younger generation has definitely been more down with like the communists and socialism and things like that. And I lean pretty far left, so I identify with a lot of those ideas too. I think that capitalism has a lot of faults that there's not really a way within capitalism to address. Like capitalism is not going to solve the vanishing middle class. It's not going to solve that the 1% is owning more and more percentage of the wealth, right? Because if you have a shitload of money, you're just going to get richer. That's the way that it works.
Yeah, 100%. My point of view is like, instead of destroying this thing that works for like 90% of cases or whatever, and it's a little fucked up, it's like that's where government comes in to like put the proper legislation instead of like destroying the system. And that's kind of my problem. It's not just the socialist thing. I feel like a lot of people focus so much on, especially young people, on like things that are maybe all individually positive things, but it's a mindset that makes me uncomfortable. Like people are like, we need to get rid of the filibuster, we need to get rid of the electoral college, we need a presidential popular vote, we need like we need to get money out of politics, we need to do, and it's like this whole thing that would be like completely revamping the political landscape. They want to basically destroy the current system, rebuild a new system. And it's like, cool. Now let's talk about feasible things. Like How about just go out and vote? Like that'll do a lot. Like, let's start there. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the tendency of wanting to rebuild everything from scratch, I think is actually a largely negative thing in my opinion. And all of those things on their own, I'm cool with entertaining. I personally am not a fan of the Electoral College. I don't like the filibuster, all those types of things. But all those things combined, it's like, oh, okay, you don't think we could win in our current system. Like, you want to change the game so that we could win, or like your party could win or whatever. And that makes me uncomfortable. But.
There's some valid points in like that like opinion though, right? Because like redistricting gets worse every fucking year. Like, what was that district map down in like Louisiana? Like it's crazy. Like they drew it like all around New Orleans so they could like split up the city because there's a bunch of primarily black people living there. There's a big population of black people living there. They do crazy shit. There's a lot of like, what do they call it? Redlining or something like that?
Gerrymandering.
It is gerrymandering.
But so there are a lot of cases where it's like the system is stacked against like being able to win.
But I've got to admit, getting young people to vote is like getting pandas to fuck. Shit, them niggas are too lazy.
I mean, is it pandas or koalas?
Koalas? Which ones?
It's
One
koalas.
of them fuckers don't want to fuck. Maybe it's both.
It's pandas.
They
It's
move too
definitely
slow.
pandas.
They move too slow.
Yeah, the sloths don't want to fuck either.
Pandas are weird animals, man. You know that they're not supposed to like eucalyptus that they eat all day is not actually very like nutritional for them, but they just keep eating
I
it.
read that it gets them high too.
I think that's
maybe that's koalas.
That's
Oh, wait.
koalas.
Oh wait, what am I?
Yikes,
Bamboo.
you know?
I'm thinking of bamboo. Bamboo is not. You put koalas in my head.
Yeah, I'm still thinking the eucalyptus is what koalas eat.
Yeah, bamboo.
man.
Like the bamboo is not nutritional at all for like the I don't know. They're weird animals. Back to the actual point.
I don't know how we always
You're
go off on
welcome.
a tangent.
You're welcome.
This is barely a tangent.
Pretty strong.
Yeah, I don't know how you get young people to vote. I have no idea.
I think they'll start voting now because now they got these young people in there. Maybe that would attract them.
Yeah, I think young candidates will naturally attract a younger group of people. And so there's definitely some positives, right? I think it's interesting that one of the candidates, Maxwell or whatever, Alejandro, whatever, I forget, Frost. It was a fucking weird collection of names, by the way. He kind of became involved in politics and organizing and activism and all of that because of Sandy Hook. And I'm like doing the math. I'm like, dude, you were 15 years old. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's interesting, right? Like that happened. That impacted the young dude, and you're kind of getting a new class of people that have deep feelings about more recent topics, things that have more recently impacted us, and I think that's a positive thing. People that care about the financial collapse, Sandy Hook, people that are going to care more about the coronavirus response. Things like that. It's gonna be. Why are you shaking your head?
Yeah, why are you shaking your head?
These people nowadays, if they ain't get it through their head now about the coronavirus shit, they ain't gonna get it through their head at all. People are still.
No, it's not about changing anybody's mind necessarily. It's just that getting young people that care about how things were handled into government positions is gonna help them pass amendments that'll make handling a pandemic or something like that in the future easier or better.
Yeah, the next pandemic, which we're probably due for any fucking time now.
Who the fuck knows? Man? With our luck, we'll have another coronavirus on our hands. COVID-22.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I could Google it.
I think it'll be another several decades before we have like another COVID.
I don't know, man. I've read some opinion pieces from like scientists and researchers that like we're due for another one. Like there's another one coming down the pipeline any fucking day now. Entering the age of super bugs, dude.
That's scary.
Right?
I mean, is it that bad though?
Yeah, I read a study that vaccinate the COVID-19 vaccine prevented like some number of millions of infections, and like it prevented like 800,000 hospitalizations, and I think like 200 something thousand deaths, and it was based in the U.S.
So worldwide.
Yeah, worldwide is gonna be more, and then we have like a 60 something percent vaccination rate. So obviously, if the number was higher, there'd be like another 100,000 people or so, or maybe more, because these numbers kind of multiply. Like one person gets infected, they infect many other people, right? More people got vaccinated, like there'd be a significantly less number of deaths and things like that.
If you haven't already, guys, make sure you smash that fucking like button. Remember that the One Up Podcast family loves you. And if you need someone to talk to, if you need someone to hang out with, you can come join our Discord and we'll entertain the fuck out of you. Okay? We'll make it our job to entertain you. All right? I'll make it a doughy promise. And my promises are always sealed with a kiss.
Yeah, but they're not guaranteed.
They're definitely not legally binding either.
No. Do you make plans with you? He'll flake.
You can pick up our pod anywhere where you listen to podcasts. If you listen on a very quiet night, you can hear people yelling at the One Up Podcast out their window.
That's not.
If one was to hear a yell of the One Up Podcast, what should they expect?
They should expect Tony
how
ready
does
to
it
kill
sound?
chaos.
Wow.
I don't even know what to do about that, but okay.
Yeah, you carry on, Tone. What do you think about the young people?
And that's going for Congress? I'm happy about it. I think I told you that already.
Just the children.
Children?
Think of how sexual chocolate. What did he say? He thinks children are our future. That's what I'm talking about.
That's the fucking fact. They are.
I believe the children are our future. Thank you. Yo, I love Coming to America. What a good fucking movie. What a good fucking movie. Of course I'm talking about Congress, Tony. What the fuck?
I don't know. Y'all niggas be attacking me.
I mean, you're sleeping. I could attack you
Who's
on that,
sleeping,
but
bitch?
yo, I swear to God, you're sleeping.
Just because I closed my eyes for like more than 2 seconds, I ain't nobody
I've
snorted,
seen
bitch.
you wake yourself up
I've
like
seen
three
you.
times
I've seen
already.
you go like this.
My favorite part was Tony ran out the room and was like, I need some, I got low blood sugar. I need to go get this icy. I need to get this energy up. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, that's a good attempt. Didn't work.
That shit did not work.
You need two things: a Cuban espresso and a Cuban sandwich from Havana, from
That's
Forest Hills.
disgusting. I went there the other night. There was a line of 30 people. I am so straight. Not at 3 in the morning.
Honest, I don't think anyone should be taking tips about eating any food from Tony. I'm going to be completely honest.
Damn.
Are you
we
fucking
were just talking about the
retarded?
line. That's completely reasonable.
I would have
It's
hit the
that.
turn, and guess where I would have went? Pollo Trappa Kizzies.
Oh my God,
Whoa,
bro. What is
choppy
wrong? First
chop.
off, they're not open at 3 a.m.
Give
in
me
the
that
morning. And
choppy
B,
chop.
that is not even good food. It's not.
The utter irony of someone judging someone's food take and then recommending Pollo Tropical is like,
Bro,
just stop.
You know,
talking.
Pooch, there are people
Oh, here we go.
that they've spent all night getting hit in the face with sewage at 3 a.m. in the morning. And sometimes they just need to get that Pollo Tropical in the morning.
yeah, no facts.
Sometimes
Some people
you get hit with sewage, you get the Pollo Tropical, you go home, you sleep, you don't tell anybody about it.
at Miami at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh.
With raw sewage.
Raw sewage.
Palm
Yeah, nobody wants that. I've been there, done that. Nobody wants that.
You didn't get a taste for a troppy chop after that?
Anyways.
With the special garlic, the
mean-
creamy garlic sauce. Ooh, that shit is cilantro garlic sauce.